Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we are going to be looking over the 4K screenshots that were released for the Further Adventures and Finance and Felony DLC that are going to be coming out on June 7th. So, for all the videos I've been making so far, for the most part, been using screenshots that Rockstar had on their newswire. They were kind of lowish quality. I think they were like 640 by 360. However, there were actually 4K images provided that are incredibly high detail, and I want to talk about some of the things I missed just because of the quality of the images, and also some of the things I've picked up on due to other information and other articles that have been written. So let's start with this image right here. This is the one that I think has the most going on in it. It's the guys sitting in the office, the headquarters. Now, we've already talked about in a video I did the reflection that can be seen on the black vase or the black bowl back there. I told you guys in a video I did the other day where I actually think that building is and where it's actually located. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on that, but the two buildings you see there are the Maze Bank, and it's like Schlongberm Sachs or something like that. I have no clue what that's supposed to be, but that's actually what's in that reflection right there. And because of that, we were kind of able to figure out where these warehouse and high-rise office interiors are. Now, I also covered yesterday that because of this 4K screenshot, we were able to kind of identify where those red markers on the map precisely were. And I showed you guys a few of those warehouse locations. It was a really cool video, and I'm glad I did that. However, we can also see the text at the top. And there's 4 different options. So the one that's highlighted right now is all, small, medium, and large. So I would imagine that this would break down the various sizes of offices and warehouses that can be seen on the map. And since he has all of them selected right now, I'm assuming that's all the warehouses or that's all the high-rise offices. If he were to go down into small, you would see even less triangles, medium, less triangles, large, so on and so on. So that's pretty cool. And he's only on the kind of lower half of the map. Obviously, we can't really see if there's anything going on the northern part of the map. I think that would be a little bit disappointed if Sandy Shores, Blaine County, and Paleto Bay didn't get shown any love here with warehouses and offices. So I guess that'll be really interesting to see whether we're provided more information, or of course when the DLC comes out and we obviously know all the locations and whatnot. Another thing I noticed is the lady in the back. This isn't a big deal, but I'm guessing these high-rise offices are going to have fairly similar functions or features to your penthouses and apartments, meaning you can have a drink if you want, you can look out a telescope. I'm sure there's going to be a bong with some weed or something like that in there that if you want to enjoy, you totally can. Because this lady is like picking up, I think a bottle of rum, or it looks like she's about to drink something or is doing something over there at that bar area. So I would imagine that although these are going to be offices and will be used for criminal purposes, that you'll be able to enjoy, I guess, civilian uses as well. And really the last thing I noticed here is underneath the TV on the wall. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's more boxes of TVs. One of them is a box of vodka. It says X No-Go Vodka. But the other ones, those 2 boxes with the blue logo, that honestly looks like a parody of the Samsung logo, which maybe TVs or electronics are some of the merchandise that we're going to be buying and selling and maybe even stealing in our organization. And really the last thing I noticed is those green and cream books or folders. They've got like the pink sticky notes coming out of them. Thanks to my friend Jonathan Davies, he pointed this out to me on Twitter. You can actually find these in a Fleeca bank in-game. So this could mean one of 2 things. The first one's really simple. Rockstar is just reusing assets from various other buildings in the game. Or these could be documents that our CEO and our other associates and business members actually got from the bank and are going to use to, I guess, plan and buy and make the right sort of business decisions. So that could be pretty cool. And I thought that was pretty unique. Or it could simply be Rockstar just using it over from a bank. I'm really not too sure, but either way, I thought that was a very interesting find. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I can't really see a whole lot else going on in here. I'm also not sure if these offices are going to be dynamic in terms of the way you can change them, very similar to the penthouse apartments. Because I was looking around right here and I was like, there's a lot of wood on the walls. His desk is wood, the doors are wood, walls are wood. Are we going to be able to change any of that? I guess that's just more of a guess and an estimation. Hopefully we'll find out some more information on that shortly. However, let's move on to the second screenshot, the one of the Pegassi Reaper. Now, there's a few things in here that I'd like to point out, and also I want to take some guesses as well that I think would be pretty neat. The other day, I also kind of did a video saying, you know, how would the Pegassi Reaper look in Grand Theft Auto 5? I did some mods with the Hypersport. It was pretty awesome. So the first thing I missed from my previous video was the spoiler on the back. So you can see in this image right here, the spoiler looks to be fixed. That looks like a carbon spoiler, carbon GT spoiler that can be applied to this vehicle. And one thing I thought about was, you know, how would the spoiler work on the Hypersport? Because in real life, the Hypersport has a very similar spoiler to the McLaren, where it like will actually rise out of the back of the car. It'll be used for braking. It'll be used for accelerating. I'll even show you guys some of this footage right here from the mod, and you can see that the Hypersport's spoiler operates very similar to the one on the Progen T20. And if we have an option for a fixed spoiler, I can't see that being an option that would be able to apply. Another thing from that mod that I thought was pretty cool and how the Hypersport actually functions in real life is the rear opening suicide doors. I'll show you guys, obviously, you're looking at the mod right now, but a few photos from the car in real life too. The doors open on like opposite hinges of what normal cars do, which is pretty cool. And there's a giveaway in this screenshot that might actually indicate that that isn't going to be the case. So you can see the handle is on the back side of the door, which means that it doesn't look as if this car is going to feature its signature rear opening suicide doors. It's probably going to be either just normal opening doors or regular suicide doors, which is kind of unfortunate because that would have made it one of the most unique cars in the game to have that rear opening feature. That would have been pretty incredible to say the least. And really the only other thing I noticed was maybe a carbon skirt that was added to this. This might actually be the secondary color of the car, or it might be carbon. I really can't tell because it's black. And another thing that kind of stood out to me is this black or carbon piece kind of on the windscreen of the car. You can see it's red for the majority of the car, except for this like 1.5 block right on kind of the support of the windscreen right there. So I don't know if that's the secondary color. I don't know if that's a carbon add-on or feature. Again, we really just are gonna have to wait and find out when this vehicle is added into the game. In the last screenshot, when I originally looked at it and when it was only in, 640 by 360 quality, there wasn't a whole lot you could gather here. But now that it's in 4K, we really can get to check out all the kind of hidden details that are in here. So for starters, a lot of people were saying, where is this located? Because this looks to be the location of one of the buy missions in game. So in the background, you can see a mountain. I'm not sure if that's Mount Josiah, Mount Chiliad, but we do know that it's somewhere in Blaine County. And we can also tell this by one of the police cruisers in the background. It looks as if it's one of the sheriff vehicles or park ranger vehicles that are going to check on whatever is going on here. So keep that in mind because that could be pretty cool as far as giving away the location for where this plane crash is. Right behind the plane as well, you can also see supports for something. I'm not sure if that's supports for like a bridge or supports for whatever the case might be. It's really hard to see. I'm zooming in so much right now, and even at 4K, it's incredibly blurry. So maybe you guys know where this location is. Let me know in the comments section down below. So a lot of you guys were also asking me if any of these characters in the screenshot were holding or have anything new. As far as their clothing goes, doesn't look like those are any brand new suits. As far as the guy in the dark blue or navy suit, I believe he's using the regular carbine rifle, and the guy in the red, he's got the AK-47. And as far as the lady in the cream or the white suit, she is holding a special carbine rifle. So doesn't look like there's any new weapons right there, at least that Rockstar have wanted to show off. And if there are going to be any new weapons, we'll have to either see them in screenshots being released later, either new info, new trailer, or really any more information that actually comes out before the DLC does drop. But anyways, that's really all the information I wanted to talk to you guys about today and really everything I've noticed from these 3 screenshots. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and also let me know if I happen to miss anything. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.